sending gifts and saying, I have changed, I have joined therapy, I went to this doctor. They are going to fake emergencies. They are going to tell you, well, I've got into therapy, I am believing in God, I am believing in soul growth, I am, wanting to get married to you. They are going to try and seal the deal. They are going to lie, and all of it is, to bait. Hey everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about, how does a narcissist react when you leave them for good, when you go no contact, or when you end your relationship with the narcissist. What do they exactly do? What happens? And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So when you walk away, the narcissist experiences what we call narcissistic injury. That means, a crack forms, in the perfect image, they have constructed about themselves. Yeah, because you rejected them, ended the relationship with them, and it's painful. It's like a bad thing, yeah, for the facade that they have built all these years and all this time. Yeah, so it's almost like a crack in that perfect image when you refuse, reject, say no, or you go no contact. So this rejection isn't necessarily painful for these narcissistic individuals. Yeah, I mean, when you leave them, it's not painful, but it's shame inducing for these narcissistic individuals. Yeah, so if you closely observe, their first reaction is not anger, or their first reaction is not surprise, or them being shocked. These narcissists first reaction will be denial. No, no such thing happened. No, everything is fine. Yeah, it's difficult for them to accept that someone can kick them out of their life, someone can leave them. Yeah, so their first reaction is denial. They will convince themselves, you know, that you're just having a moment or a phase, you are going to return back, which you always do, right? And, when you don't, I mean, that injury deepens, yeah, and they enter survival mode. So their first response is, nah, no, she can't leave me. She'll come back. She's always, coming back. He's always coming back. But when you don't go back, then that crack deepens, that injury deepens, yeah, and then they enter into survival mode. Yeah, then you are no longer a person to them. You become a threat, to their ego, and threats, must be eliminated or destroyed. Yeah, you can't leave loose ends. Yeah, because then others are going to come and hurt you, others are going to come and torment you. So you need to fix those loose ends. Threats must be eliminated. Yeah, so it starts from narcissistic injury, and it's very shame inducing for them, and initially they are in denial. No, she can't leave me. No, he can't leave me. He's gonna come back, she's gonna come back. I know, I'm sure. But when you don't return, when you don't go back, then they get into that survival mode. And when they enter that survival mode, their only job is to eliminate the threats, destroy the threats. Yeah, so I mean, the initial phase is the initial shock and narcissistic injury. Now what do they do next, these narcissistic individuals? The next thing they do is they get into this mode of running smear campaign against you. narcissists in general cannot tolerate the idea that you saw their mask slip. Yeah, they can't tolerate that idea that you have seen who they truly are. So how do they control you, or how do they manage you? They start attacking your reputation. Yeah, and this is what is known as smear campaign. They'll go to your friends, they'll go to your family, even your workplace. Yeah, and they are going to say all sorts of things. She was unstable, he was abusive, they were crazy, impossible to love. I did so much, and they just left me. They are horrible, and they're going to cook up some story, because they are unable to control the way how you see them. Of course you have left them, so of course you have seen who they truly are. So then they start controlling the way how people view you. Yeah, they start altering others perception, how they perceive you. They start influencing, and they start um interfering with that, the way how people perceive you. They're going to talk shit about you. They are going to tell you that they are crazy. She ditched me, she took my money, he took my money, he was abusive, she was unstable, he was this, she was that. And this is something that we call Darwo: deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. Yeah, and they make themselves as victim, and you as the monster, you as the perpetrator, you as the abuser. Yeah, and this is basically to distort the way how people perceive you, distort your image. Yeah, how do they do that? By getting in touch with your friend, family, workplace, and foul mouthing about you. Yeah, and you need to understand that it is not about truth, it is about punishment. Yeah, you dared to leave, so now you must pay. Yeah, and the best way to teach you a lesson is by running smear campaign against you. Yeah, by making people believe that you are bad, you are a horrible person, and you have done horrible things with this innocent narcissist. You have left them, you have used them, and you have left them. Yeah, that's how they are going to project you as a selfish person, as someone who used them and left them, because they cannot accept the fact that you left them. Yeah, they were under an impression that you would never leave them, but you left. Yeah, so they engage in smear campaign. The other thing these narcissistic individuals engage in is hoovering tactics. Yeah, but just when you think it's over, the narcissist might hoover like a vacuum. Yeah, they will try to suck you back in. Yeah, and this can look like all of a sudden strange numbers, random numbers, sudden apologies, love bombing you, sending gifts and saying, I have changed, I have joined therapy, I went to this doctor. They are going to fake emergencies. They are going to tell you, well, I've got into therapy, I am believing in God, I am believing in soul growth, I am, wanting to get married to you. They are going to try and seal the deal. They are going to lie, and all of it is, to bait. Yeah, this is not that they are healing. No, they are not healing, because they feel there is nothing wrong with them. So they get into baiting, and they start lying and deceiving you. They start telling all rubbish things to you solely to loop you back in. Yeah. Because these folks, they don't want to lose you. They just want to recapture you. Yeah. So they get into that hoovering tactics. Yeah. All of a sudden, apologies, sending you sad songs, putting up a sad status on WhatsApp, sending you sad emails, and all those gifs, and those pictures, and all those quotes, and all of it is basically to hoover you back. It's basically to tell you that I'm changed, I'm a different person, and let's start over again. But deep inside, they want to recapture you. They don't want to let you go. Yeah, so they get into hoovering, appearing out of nowhere with a flower at your workplace, coming to your house, not informing you, bringing cake and sweets. So they do all sorts of things. They take love bombing also to a different level, all of a sudden spending money on you and this and that, buying your favorite this and that, and all of it is basically to again reel you back in, again suck you back in. The other thing that these narcissistic individuals engage in when you leave them, you don't go back, is they get into stalking, they get into threatening you, and they also get into retaliation. Yeah, so for some narcissists, especially the overt ones, rejection is like a war. You have waged a war against them. Yeah. That doesn't mean that these covert ones don't see things that way. It's just that the covert one expresses things differently. Yeah, overt ones express differently. So these narcissistic individuals are going to stalk you both online and offline. Yeah, they are going to threaten you that I'm going to harm myself, or I'm going to harm you, I'm going to commit suicide and I'm going to write your name on the suicide note, or I'm going to kill you and I'm going to hurt you. They're going to do that. They may also try to sabotage your new relationship, your new job, your peace. Yeah, so they're going to speak shit about you at your new workplace, or they're going to meet your current boyfriend or girlfriend, and then they're going to foul mouth about you. She's a bitch, she betrayed me, she did this and that. I really want you to save yourself, you are a good man, you are a good woman. You know how things are. So these narcissistic individuals, they are going to sabotage your new relationship, your new job, your peace. They are going to do anything and everything to ruin your peace. Yeah, and if you have a child with them, I mean, if you're married and if you have a child with them, they might weaponize the child. Yeah, they might weaponize the child and tell the child that your mother was characterless and bad. I stayed with her for the sake of you. The narcissistic mother is going to weaponize the child and say, your dad was so evil, you have got no idea. I stayed in this relationship just for the sake of you. So it helps them secure their supply source, plus do a number on you. Yeah, it's a part of their stalking, threats, and retaliation. And Dr. Christine Marie, in her work on narcissistic abuse, says that a narcissist will sacrifice anything and anyone to preserve the illusion of control, even their own children, even their public image. Yeah, so they will use anything and everything when it comes to teaching you a lesson, when it comes to preserving the illusion of control and preserving their image. They can use anyone. Yeah, whether it's their spouse, children, they can use anything to protect themselves, and they can use anything to teach you a lesson, and threaten you or to pressurize you into reconciling and getting back with them. There are certain long-term effects also, long-term reactions also. So even months or years after you have left, narcissists may try to monitor you. Yeah, they're going to make fake accounts. They are expert in that, making fake accounts and monitoring your activity, social media activity and footprint. They are going to summon their flying monkeys and send them you know to tell you about the sad story, how lonely they are, how effed up they are without you. Then all of a sudden they are going to send you sudden friend requests from strange numbers, strange account, and when you accept it, then you see, oh god, it's the same shit. I mean, who I have left, this is the same shit trying to come back in my life. So these narcissistic individuals, in reality, they don't miss you. They miss the control, they miss the drama, they miss the narcissistic supply your pain used to provide. That's it. They don't miss you. They don't miss you for being a good person. They don't miss you for XYZ reasons. No, they miss the narcissistic supply they used to get out of you. And when they try anything and everything and still you don't come back, these narcissistic individuals don't move on the way how healthy individuals do. They replace. Ideally, with a healthy individual like you and me, we are going to wait, mourn, and grieve, and then we are going to move on in life. But for these narcissistic individuals, they will try. If nothing is working out, then they'll look for a replacement. It's not that they will feel sad, they will mourn and grief, and then, they are going to move on in life. No, they don't move on in life. That's the point that I want to make here. They don't move on in life. They look for replacement. So for the narcissist, the cycle has to continue. Yeah. If not you, then someone else. Yeah. With someone else, now trapped where you once stood. That's it. Yeah. So it's a replacement. If not you, someone else. She left me. I'm going to, get another one. I'm going to get another man. I'm going to get a richer one, and I'm going to flaunt him. I'm going to get a prettier wife. I'm going to get a prettier girlfriend. Yeah. And all of it is basically to, get a replacement, not to move on the way how we do. We don't, jump into the market after a breakup, after a divorce, do we? It took me 10, 15 years to, come out of my first relationship. It was not easy. But my ex-husband, he was a narcissist, product of a narcissistic mother. Um, it took him only 10 days to move on after leaving me. So he got into relationship only 10 days. Yeah. So that's the difference that I want to talk about over here. Yeah, it's all about supply. If not you, someone else. And it's very natural when you leave the narcissist, you might be terrified with their reaction and the things they are doing. You might be like, what the hell? What is she doing? What is he doing? Yeah. And to tell you honestly, your fear is valid. It's not a sign of weakness, but it's wisdom, because the things they do is abnormal and weird shit. So it's normal to be scared of them. Yeah, it's normal to be afraid of them. But please understand, being scared of shitty people is not a sign of weakness. Yeah, it's wisdom. Also, you need to understand, if you keep opening windows, ventilators, doors, for the narcissists to come in, for their flying monkeys to come in, they are going to keep haunting you. They are not going to let you move on. They are going to keep tormenting you and harassing you and effing you up. Yeah. So the best way to move forward is to go no contact. Block them from everywhere. Don't let them reach you, because if they will reach you, they are going to mess up your mind. They are going to hurt you emotionally, and then you're going to be weak. You are going to be vulnerable, and you might fall for them again. So the only way forward is no contact, and block them from all the channels, their relatives, their friends, their flying monkeys, common contacts. Just block everything. Yeah, block all of them and start fresh, because they know what buttons to press. They know how to trigger a response out of you. They are expert in reactive abuse. They are going to provoke you, and when you react, then they are going to again become victim and put up a show. Yeah, where they will project you as the evil bitch, as the bad one, and them an innocent individual. Yeah. And apart from going no contact and blocking them everywhere, seek support. I mean, get in touch with a coach or a therapist who can help you understand and process things. And if you think that the narcissist is a little crazy, extremely contemptuous and vindictive, then there's no harm in looking for, legal protection and support. There's no harm. And, to tell you honestly, from my own experience, the only way forward is either alone or with those, who can see your light, yeah, who can, help you, who can accept you for who you are, and who can see your light, and who appreciates you and respects you the way you are. Yeah, otherwise it's absolutely okay and normal to walk alone in life. There's no harm, there's nothing wrong. And if people tell you that how are you going to survive alone, please don't fall for all that. All what you need is money, income, and that's it. You can survive alone, you can have a good life, you can give a good life to your own self. Yeah, so I mean, always surround yourself with people who can see your light, people who help you, people who uplift you, people who motivate you. Don't, be with any Tom, Dick, Harry, just, for the sake of being with someone. Don't do that, because again, they're gonna drain you and deplete you and destroy you in a lot of ways that you can't even imagine. And I mean, if you're aware of, Shahida Arbi's work, I mean, becoming the narcissist nightmare, she writes, you were never too sensitive. Yeah, you were just abused. Yeah, that's how they gaslight you. When you react and respond that you are abusing me, they are going to tell you, no, I'm not abusing you. You're just being too sensitive. Yeah, that's how they gaslight you. That's how they invalidate your pain. Yeah, and, leaving them, you know, uh, is the most powerful step that you can take. Yeah, and let's, take that step together. Yeah, I mean, in this journey, I mean, if you are recovering from a narcissistic relationship, or if you are, you know going through a divorce, or if you have recently gone no contact with a narcissistic partner, and if you need any kind of help and support from me, you can get in touch with me through my email. It's evolve by skd at gmail.com. And I mean, we can cover this journey together. So yes, I mean, this was it. This is what happens, when you leave the narcissist, when you literally, prick their bubble. This is how they respond. This is what they do. And to tell you honestly, I personally feel 2-3 years, you know, at max they are going to be around you, but in that 2-3 years they will be looking for multiple replacements. Yeah, so the moment you step out, their hunt for replacement begins. But they keep tormenting you also, because it's bad. How can she leave me? How can he leave me? So it's about teaching you a lesson, and not genuinely missing you and wanting you in life. They might reel you back in, hoover, smear campaign, threat. They might reel you back in, and again they are going to dehumanize you. Again they are going to devalue you. Yeah, and try and teach you a lesson. Yeah, so once you go no contact, close the door, block the contact, you know get rid of all the common friends, relatives, whatsoever, and just move on in life. Yeah, and if you need, you can look for legal protection, therapy, support. If you want me to help you, you can reach out to me as well. So yes, this is it. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. Till then, take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.